Hello, friends. I have been a teacher for more than 30 years now, and I have taught students at the high school level and also graduates. I enjoyed my teaching and I enjoyed my students. They were just perfect. Their sense of cooperation, affection, and response to my teaching was kind of super. But what concerned me most times was the stress the students went through. And being a motherly figure for them, I found ways to monitor that and to help them. It was just natural, a two-way reaction between the students and me. And then, how is it that I figured out the signs of stress? As I walked into the classroom, sometimes I saw blank faces. Sometimes the students turned just pale. They were fidgety, irritable, looked lethargic. And some of them who were introverts looked frozen. Now, this was a general pattern both at the school level and at the college level. I tried to figure out what was it that was upsetting them so much as I saw these signs of stress. Some of the causes that were responsible for student stress were too much expectation from their parents. While parents wanted them to be happy, but the happiness came with a clause. They wanted their student, their child, to be the best in the classroom with the highest grades. Often students set a very high target for themselves. They wanted to be first in class, get the highest grades, participate in extracurricular activities, in sports, go out with friends, go out shopping. They were not able to prioritize what was important for them. And then, along with all this, came tons and tons of homework for each subject. So school started becoming like a monster for them, and so did college. There was just too much for them to do, for them to cope, for them to sort themselves out. Sometimes they assumed that the teacher was their biggest enemy because she checked them so very often. Now that is not true. Even mothers and grandmothers, fathers, and other family members check you for something that they may not appreciate. Why should a teacher at the school or college level hate her student? So assumptions of this kind put a lot of burden, mental strain, stress on the students. And then when they had to sit with so much of homework, it just became too much for them to cope. And then how do we handle these situations? How to convince the students that all is well, that you are very talented, that you are the controller of your life, your destiny. You are talented, you need to exhibit your talents. All you need to do is monitor yourself. This was nothing difficult for me as a teacher. And every time I saw a student becoming tight-lipped or turn pale or say, I just cannot do it, ma'am, I would just smile and say, of course you can. You're just perfect. Maybe this subject you don't like very much. So what? You don't have to do it for the rest of your life. And then they would just smile. So many cases I can quote to you where all I did was make them realize their potential. And that was it. Their response was good and they started doing well. Not only parents, but their teachers, were also surprised as to what was happening. Nothing was happening. The student believed in himself, in herself. And that was it. So you have to trust yourself. You have to have the right support, not only from parents, but also from teachers. During exam time, students have butterflies in their stomach. They have digestion problems, also acid reflux. They feel lethargic. Some of them are under so much pressure that they feel they just cannot do it and they will commit suicide. Why should all this happen to children, the future of our country, the torch bearers, competent, excellent, so very talented, so warm, affectionate, bubbling with joy? That's one side of them. And the other side, totally lethargic, down and out, condemning themselves, turning introverts, not wanting to communicate, not wanting to talk, becoming tight-lipped, not doing their homework, bearing the brunt of all this behavior. Why? Well, if parents gave them the conviction that they were loved whether they did well or they spoilt a particular paper, they would not do this. We need to give them the necessary support system for them to do well, for them to exhibit their potential. Teachers need to be more soft-hearted. You have to realize that the student in your class may have come after witnessing a fight between his parents. So he or she is unnerved. Or there was nothing to eat in the morning. Or that the child woke up very sick but had a test and had to come to school. Test is not the ultimate. Most students who do not fare well in academics fare very, very well in the test of their life. They do so well, they rise. And I have so many examples. For more than 30 years, I have witnessed that students who were either slow in class, students who were shy in class, students who thought very little of themselves, or students who were reprimanded again and again have excelled in life. They have reached the pinnacles of glory. They have done so well for themselves. Because once they took charge of their life, once they took charge of their destiny, that was it. They came off with flying colors. You know, all these bad effects, ill effects of stress only damage your physique. You start turning ill. You become frustrated with life. And we need to check that trend. Educationists must do something about it. And to begin with, I think students, you need to do something about your own life. So long as you have a goal in life, that is what is going to make you excel. Why do you need to focus on what others think of you? Think high of yourself. You were born to rise. You were born to excel. Believe in yourself. God bless you all. Thank you.